Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. My name's Nick Santiago. Today is Monday, May 16th, 2011. Wow, we had some big news over the weekend, and we'll see how it affects the market. But it looks like the IMF boss or chief, whatever you want to call him, Dominique Strauss-Kahn, was arrested on potential rape charges. So, again, I'm not a huge fan of the IMF, but we'll see what it does to the markets. I'm not sure it's going to have much effect. I think the only thing that's having an effect on the markets these days is really the dollar. So let's go right to the futures. You'll see they're down 3.25 points. So down 3.25 at the moment, sitting right here at 1330.75. The U.S. dollar index, though, is lower by 22 cents at the moment. And when the dollar falls, the market catches a bid. We could probably see it in oil. And yeah, obviously you can see oil has gotten a little bit of a bid. I'm just using the USO here, which was gapped down to around 38.80. Has caught a pretty good little bid higher. Let's take a look at silver. Silver, same thing. Silver a little bit weak today, but did catch a bid off the low once the dollar started to move down. And then you have the GLD, which is what we're going to use proxy for gold. And you can see that's just up a little bit on the day. Gold looks like it's up about 2 points at the moment. Now, we do have news coming out at 8:30 in the morning. That's going to be, I believe, Empire State Manufacturing. I'm not sure if it's going to be a huge market mover by any stretch, but nonetheless, we'll see what it does. It may have a little effect. Right now, the only effect I think that really matters is the U.S. dollar index. Okay, so if the dollar goes down, the markets go up. If the dollar goes up, the markets go down. Inflate, deflate, like that old yo-yo game. Remember when you were a kid? You'd have a yo-yo, goes up, goes down. That's what the dollar does. The dollar goes down, the markets go up. The dollar goes up, the markets go down. Pretty much that cut and dry. I believe at 10 o'clock in the morning we're going to have some housing index being released. Again, don't worry about these numbers. They're pretty irrelevant. The only thing that matters these days is the action in the dollar. Okay, there are a couple stocks to look at. First, I want to look at Lowe's. Okay, the popular retail home improvement store, down pretty sharply, getting a little bit off the lows, but no pun intended there. But again, closed at 25.76 on Friday. Stock right now is trading at 24.50. So a pretty good little decline there. If the U.S. dollar index can fall enough, maybe this will get more of a bounce. But in any case, after reporting earnings, not a pretty picture there for Lowe's. Stock is getting hit a little bit today. Now let's take a look at the NYX. Okay. And here you can see this is the NYSE, New York Stock Exchange, Euronext exchange. And the exchange is selling off today. NASDAQ did withdraw their bid to purchase the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, so it looks like NASDAQ withdrew their purchase, and the stock is falling a little bit today. Nobody really thought that this would go through. Anyway, it looks like New York Stock Exchange is hell-bent on merging with the Deutsche Börse in Europe, and that's pretty much the gist of it right now. You could also look at the NDAQ, and which is the NASDAQ, and you can see this sold off initially but has bounced back rather sharply. So this stock could get a bid today. I would not be surprised to see this go higher, just on the fact that they're not going to spend money and leverage themselves to buy out somebody else. So again, we'll watch this one today. This could be in play. The NYX could be down for most of the day, though. Okay, but this one could get a bounce. This is the NDAQ, better known as the NASDAQ OMX group. Okay, so let's see how that plays out. What we do want to watch for today is some weakness in the commodity stocks initially early. And I'm just going to point out the reason. You did have most of the Asian stocks lower last night. Okay, the Nikkei was down about 1%. That's Japan. The Shanghai, which is China, was down about 0.75%. And then you had the Hang Seng Index, which was down 1.3%. So again, you had a little bit of weakness in Asia. Usually put some pressure on the commodity names, at least early. So let's just take a quick glance at Freeport-McMoRan. You can see it has caught a bit off the lows when the dollar moves down. Cleveland Cliffs is pretty weak this morning, trading right around $84. So really no bounce there. But usually when the Asian markets are down, especially the Shanghai, you're going to see weakness in most of the leading commodity names. Now, the dollar moves lower. That could definitely offset things, and we'll have to watch for that. Let's take a quick glance at the dollar right now, and you'll see that the dollar had a pretty good sell-off really around 7 o'clock, and they are getting a bid right now as we speak. Okay, so we'll see how that all turns out. And again, everything's a dollar trade in my opinion. It really doesn't make a difference what we're looking at in this market. The dollar down, market up, dollar up, market down. Just that simple. This week is the start of options expiration. Now, expiration officially is on Friday, but they will get a lot of volatility this week because the institutions, the big money, likes to play games with the popular strike prices that the small retail option trader is interested in. Therefore, if the small retail options trader bought Netflix and they're looking for Netflix to go up to, say, 250, usually it doesn't get there. Usually they're going to take it down. I'm just using that as an example. Okay, so just realize there'll be a lot of games played this week by the popular institutions trying to drive the popular strike prices away from where the small money has their bet placed. Okay? With that said, everybody, I'd like to wish you all a good trading day, and I'll see you on the charts this morning. Have a great day now.